Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Felix of Virtual Witchcraft, commentating here over at League7. Today I am joined by, you know him, you love him, one of our Triwizard champions, Ketchup. Welcome in, Ketchup. Say hi to our lovely crowd, make sure that they can hear us.
Hello everybody, my name is Ketchup and it's such a pleasure to be here. I think this is my first official time commentating for League7. And it's the first match of Season 5, so it's such an honor.
What a start to begin with too. Like, having always been the person to come in around the end of the season, it's rather refreshing for me to pop in at the very beginning, kind of bookmark some gameplay as it is. And I'm so happy to have another man in the booth with me today. It's going to be so great. Today's match is going to be facing off the Avenging Angles versus the Gaslighting Grindylows. Now, for those of you who have joined us last season, the Avenging Angels are a returning team for this season. However, the Gaslighting Grindylows are new. They are a newly formed team with some new and old faces, and this will be their very first season participating in League7's OWLs, particularly what we like to call the Order of the Phoenix season. Now, Ketchup, you played against some of these players in the past. What do you think this match is going to look like? Because we've got some old faces like Angel, you've got Edirani, you've got Flyrish, Soldaris. Then on the other side, you've got Megwood, Chemical, Dynamite Cope, Frank. These are some powerful names throughout the history of League7. What do you think? We in for an exciting match?
Oh, I'm so excited for this match. Of course, on the Angels side, I see a lot of beaters, so their Seeker game is to be expected pretty good. And I also see a new keeper, or at least a new face in League7, K, which I played against her a few times in Q6, is a pretty good up-and-coming keeper. Got personal practice from Scourge himself.
And you know,
of course, on the other side, we have Frank, Megwood, Chemical, all good players. I am very excited, and I have no clue whatsoever how this match is gonna go.
It's the beginning of the season. It could go either way, especially with these champions having learned a lot from the previous season after Newts, practicing day in, day out, reformatting, redeveloping their style of gameplay. We've learned the new meta that came with the new snitch meter build. Particularly if you haven't been keeping up with us, we have now been moving towards a 3 snitch per game within a standard match, which has redeveloped a new meta. It's made chaser gameplay a lot more involved, especially seeing as with the 3 snitch, it's only worth 20 points each. Now, as far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, Ketchup, but that is the standard form of gameplay now, is it not?
That is correct. It's standard everywhere except PumkinSnatch's open queue nights.
Gotcha. So yeah, with that in mind, there's a lot more involved chaser play. The beaters are having to contend with whether or not they decide to look at the quaffle or look at the snitch. And of course, the chaser pressure on top of the seeker is always dominant, but at the same time, they're having to now contend with who do they go between. I think moving into this new meta, with an established understanding of how everything goes, it's going to make for a fun opening match, and I can't think of two better teams, one established and one new, to really get this ball in motion. I'm looking forward to some fun matches here. Now, we are still waiting for the teams to get themselves loaded in. We're also waiting for one of the Avenging Angels to showcase their screenplay so we can get everything set up. But we're going to be moving into this match fairly soon. After this match, we've got another one coming up between the Hellfire Hogs and Team PumkinSnatch. Now, between those two teams, Ketchup, any expectations?
Well, I'm a commentator, so I have to be unbiased. But deep in my heart, I do know it's gonna be a rough match for the Hogs.
Now, you say it's a rough match for the Hogs, but they did perform very well at the end of last season, only getting bested by the Nimbus Nighthawks at the very end for the qualifiers moving into Newts. And with their redevelopment of their team this year, it seems like they've gotten quite a few fun established players, and it almost seems as if they've absorbed some of the Hagrids, if I'm not mistaken. I do see Melanor there.
It can go either way. I am gonna say, I used to be in the Hogs, and in one practice evening against Team PumkinSnatch, they did win. So it can go both ways.
It can go both ways. However it goes, I just know I'm going to be very excited for the season to come. Now that I've got a lot more free time, I will be happy to be presenting to each of you here at LEAGUE7 a few more matches with me behind the screen. Now, there have been some rumors going around, and there have been some fun expectations. Whilst I have not designated myself to a team, I have certainly allowed myself to enter into a potential substitute pool. So, who knows? You might actually see my ginger head on the pitch.
Well, if that's the case, then I do have to give you a warm welcome with a bet, you know.
I remember back in season 0, you were a menace to deal with that beater bat catch-up. I anticipate a loving, warm, merciful welcome, maybe?
Well, you don't have to worry about that. I changed.
Oh,
I'm
you've
forced
changed.
to be on Seeker now.
Oh, you're a Seeker main now. Now that is
No,
fantastic.
no. I'm still a beater main. I just have to focus on Seeker more because the snitch goes by so fast.
Ah, that's fair. That is fair. I mean, hey, from a Seeker's perspective, it may be difficult to deal with, but at the same time, it is a lot more fun having to weave in and out of the other players and get hit by a few beater bats here and there. I'll put you through your paces. Don't worry. I will take it easy on you.
I expect nothing else. I mean, with you in the pitch, it's gonna be a bloodbath for me. Like, virtual witchcraft in his prime? Oh, you don't want to mess with that.
Oh, so I'm long past my prime now, but I can brush off the rust. We'll see if I can contend with these well-established, fantastic players that we have here today.
Also, before this game starts, since it looks like it's still gonna take a while, we had the Tri-Wizard tournament today.
That is true.
And it was the end.
It was the end indeed. The Tri-Wizard tournament has completed itself after the third task, whereby 4 champions navigated the ever-mysterious maze, contending against Acromantula, Bogarts, Blast-Ended Scroots, Devil Snare, Golden Mist, and the Sphinx with their questions. These 4 champions braved the challenge, and after an arduous fight upon the pitch, we saw our champion, OTP, represent Hogwarts and take the cup with, if I'm not mistaken, Ketchup, you were just behind them.
Well, you can say just behind, but I did die 2 times before catching the snitch, so...
Hey, those beaters out there, as you know, are merciless.
I had some practice with a decent before actually doing the tournament.
Yes.
And yeah, it's rough. Beaters can make or break a game very easily.
I think that's what's going to be I think that's what's going to end up being the equalizer today. Just where the beaters lie and how they utilize their skills to take down the competition.
Looking at these setups, it might also become a very chaser-heavy game today. which I am very excited to see.
I love chaser-heavy games. When you get to see the Quaffle go back and forth across the pitch, especially if you have a good interference or defensive line, oh, it is fantastic. Also, looks like OTP has gifted some subs to people. Thank you, OTP. And you're right, Ketchup. We are about to be moving into match. So let's go ahead and transition on over as we see the first match between the Avenging Angels and the newly founded team, the Gaslighting Grindylows. Looks like all the teams are preparing themselves, checking out each of the persons. And they are off! Now currently looks as if the Kadrega is currently in possession, passing it on over to Osiris. See if I can
just say one thing. Flyrish on Seeker is not something you normally see.
That is true. That is true. And, oh my goodness. First goal goes to the Avenging Angels. Looks as if Flyrish on Seeker might be at a disadvantage against Franck. As far as I'm aware, Flyrish usually operates as beater or chaser. To see him operating on Seeker against Franck, an established powerful Seeker, is an interesting choice. Will it pay off? We'll see.
I have no idea, but I do know that indeed this is such a chase-heavy game. Osiris already with the second goal 1 minute in.
Oh my gosh. We've still got 5 minutes 50 seconds left to go, and it is currently 20-0 by way of the Avenging Angels. Looks as if Dynax Rio takes the shot, puts it home. First goal for the Gaslighting Grindylows with 5 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. Wow. I gotta say, Ketchup, like, they've already gotten just over the first minute, and 3 goals have been put on the board. Looks as if they're focusing primarily on an offensive line rather than the defensive heavies that we've seen in the past. Osiris, currently holding on to the Quaffle, passes it on over to Shippo. Shippo, who's usually a keeper main, gets tackled by Time Twister. Time Twister now streaking down the pitch, but it's stolen by Osiris once again.
This is such a quaff-heavy game, but look at the top. It can be anyone's snitch game.
You're right. It's just 100 and 100. And Flyrish! I doubted, and yet Flyrish captures the snitch with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. 40-10, Avenging Angels in the lead.
Flyrish just proved he can play Chaser, Beater, and Seeker to us. This is going to be a rough and a scary team, the Angels.
That it is. That it is. Like, we all knew that the Avenging Angels had what it took to bring the vengeance, but it seems like the powerhouse that is Flyrish is becoming more and more versatile on the pitch as the days go by. Osiris now in possession of the Quaffle once more, streaking down the pitch, not a defensive chaser in sight. Looks like it's going to be him and Meg. Ooh.
But the chaser stole the Quaffle. I have no idea which chaser. It went so fast, even Osiris couldn't react to it.
It's true, that's true.
But he got the ball again.
And it's tackled again. It's going back and forth now. Looks like they're focusing on the defensive line.
Isn't this exactly what we wanted? A very close, a very rough Quaffle game. It can go either way. It's still 40-10, but don't count anyone out. One snitch can get it back in the favor of H20.
That's true. Though, I will say, H20 is still going to need to get one more goal on the bowl. One more goal on the board before they can capture that snitch and tie the game, but there's still over 3 minutes left. It is well within reason.
Even if they catch, even if they don't score again, there is still a third snitch with this new rule set. Anything can happen in the third snitch.
That's true. That's true. And presently,
now it seems that Franck is in the lead.
Franck is in the lead with a little over 75% now. But Flyrish is still keeping up. One good bludger hit or a clonk from the beater, and that Seeker can be behind. It's getting closer and closer, though. Currently, Ishi in possession.
Are starting to actually attack the enemy beater to help their Seeker out.
It's true. Shippo now in possession of the Quaffle, streaking along, trying to get downfield. And they're
just get hit?
I think
Frank
so.
Got hit.
Frank got hit. Flyrish in the
Flyrish
lead once more.
Missed the bump. Frank is in the lead. He can catch. And Frank got it.
Frank catches the snitch, bringing the gaslighting Grindylows to 30. Only one Quaffle goal behind with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. Kadrega currently in possession of the Quaffle. No, Osiris now in possession of the Quaffle, passing it back to Kadrega. Kadrega streaking down the pitch, passing it back on over to Osiris. Looks like they're just handling it back and forth to prevent the enemy team from getting the Quaffle and potentially scoring to tie. But Shippo puts it home. Beautiful shot. 50-30. 1 minute, 45 seconds left. Wow.
This is such an intense game. I have no idea how it's going to end. We still have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. And it seems that Frank is in the lead with the snitch currently. If they can score a goal, they can almost tie it up and take the lead.
It's true. It's true. And currently looks as if the Angels have just regained possession. And loses possession once more. It's so back and forth today. Looking like back in possession of the Angels. Angels holding on to the Quaffle, whipping back and forth, passes it on over to Shippo. Shippo looking for the shot. Shippo takes the shot, but Megwood beautifully saves it. Meanwhile, it looks like the Seekers have just gotten past the 75% mark, getting closer and closer to that third and final snitch with 40 seconds.
See Frank at 2 HP. If he dies now, this game is lost. He has to catch.
And the Seeker is now the focus as the Chasers have abandoned the gameplay. But Flyrish captures the snitch with 31 seconds left on the clock. That is 70-30. 30 seconds left. I don't know if they can regain this. It's looking like a shutdown for the Avenging Angles' first win of the season and first ever win of Season 5.
Well, this certainly was an incredible game to watch. The Seekers are really close. And the Chaser game is going back and forth the whole time.
It looks as if they are a relatively even match. The only thing that I would say the gaslighting Grindylows are going to need to work on is simply ensuring that they have that defensive line to stop Shippo and stop Osiris from getting in there and putting those goals in. But otherwise, that was a fantastic even match. We saw the back and forth of that snitch with Flyrish managing to capture 2 out of those 4. Or 3, excuse me. What a match.
Well, Flyrish did indeed catch 2 out of 3. And which really surprised me. I did not expect Flyrish to be such a good Seeker.
A dark horse in the Seeker game. Flyrish becoming the head Seeker of League 7 wasn't on my bingo card, but let me tell you, I always welcome that kind of competition. And knowing Flyrish on a personal level, I must say, congratulations. Going against Frank, of all people, and coming out on top deserves its own celebration. Well done to the Avenging Angels. Will the gaslighting Grindylows be able to bring this back in the next match? What do you think, Ketchup?
I have no clue, but I do think that there is a high chance they can take a win, or even the next 2 wins to win the whole set. But they just have to focus more on the end game Seeker. It's very close, and if the Chasers can just land 1 tackle on Flyrish, Frank can get that snitch catch very easily.
I would say that if they were to do anything different in this next match, they're going to have to focus more on defense and interference. It's hard to get past that defensive line of the Angels, but if they can at least keep them at bay with a defensive strategy, then they can just run interference on the Seeker near the end and ensure that Franck gets the opportunity to capture that snitch. Now, I will say, maybe the Gaslighting Grindylows looked at the Avenging Angels with Flyrish on Seeker, and like us, had underestimated him. Thought that they would have it in the bag. Whether or not they come back and change that up, I think it's going to be rather interesting.
It seems also that we lost the POV of Time Twister.
That is true. That is true.
Maybe he's trying to keep some secrets for us. Are they going to switch it up?
Well, we will have to see. As of right now, currently, just seeing, let's see here. We've got Osiris, we've got Angel, we've got K here. Ooh, K is going to be an interesting one. Let's take a look with Angel's POV this match, shall we?
Just going to warn you, last time I checked, Angel's POV is a bit laggy.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Oh, and it looks like Extreme Butter now representing the Grindylows.
Like they made a switch. Time Twister is out and instead we have Extreme Butter.
What a change up.
I'm so intrigued to see where this is going.
It's going to be an interesting match, but I love to see the tactical changes going on. As it stands, sometimes you've got to change out gameplay. You got to keep your enemy on your toes. Right now, the Avenging Angels brought the charge, showcasing their ability for vengeance, even if the Grindylows did no wrong other than just challenging them.
Also, can I say something, Witchcraft?
Go right ahead.
I do notice that Butter is wearing a great outfit. I really love the robe he has on.
Ah, yes, the Dark Arts robes, if I'm not mistaken, with the Thestral theming. Yes.
It's the robe I love myself. It's my main robe. I have never taken it off once I gotten it. It's such a clean and good design.
It really is. It really is.
Alright. Enough yapping about that. I see that they're trying to start the game again. They're making codes.
Looks like it. They are getting their codes together. Looks like teams have done some shifting here and there. Whether or not they're going in with these same loadouts is to be yet determined. But I do know, as they load on in, we are in for another exciting match. If you are just joining us right now, the Avenging Angels took home the first win in the series between them and the Gaslighting Grindylows. The first match of the season off to a strong start with an offensive-heavy Avenging Angels, presenting a new Seeker by way of Flyrish, who had previously operated under thin ice, now showcasing their ability to not only captain in previous seasons, but also to be a formidable player. And meanwhile, the Gaslighting Grindylows, with quite a few fun faces. We've got Extreme Butter, we've got Carnage, we've got Meg, we've got Chemical, Franck, Dynaxorio. We are in for a fun match. It's going to be hard. It's going to be well fought. But this next match will determine who takes home. Well, I will say, will determine if the Avenging Angels take home the victory early, or if we are in for a third match. Now, any expectations, Ketchup? Do you think we are in for a match 3, or do you think that the Angels are going to shut the Grindylows down?
Oh, of course, I'm always hoping for a match 3. And at this point, with the switch, I have no clue who got it in the bag. It can be anyone.
It could be anyone. And currently, it looks as if Osiris sends the Quaffle downfield. However, Megwood picks up the Quaffle and sends it back on over. Extreme Butter took possession, but it was tackled. Ooh, and it is a shot, but Meg saves. Extreme Butter now back in possession of the Quaffle. The Seekers are currently at 25 and 25. An even match yet again between, looks like, Flyrish and Sigma Frank once more.
I do notice that Flyrish this time does start in the lead. Maybe he found a snitch before Frank and they have not been getting any bumps, but it still can go either way. One bump can change the whole game.
One bump or one beater bat. It could be just any amount of interference could bring the Seeker either down or behind. And between these two formidable Seekers, any amount of delay can be devastating. And with that said, 5 minutes, 45 seconds in, Angels, by way of Osiris, puts it home for the first goal of this match.
Ooh, it can go either way, but 10-0, it does not immediately look good for H2O, but it still can go either way. They have the Quaffle, and it got intercepted.
Intercepted, but it is stolen back by Shippo. Stolen again by Captain Carnage. Captain Carnage now streaking down the pitch. Looks like Extreme Butter is looking for a setup to do one-timer against K. Takes the kick. Ooh, but it looks like it was a weak kick. Now Avenging Angels back in possession, but Frank is closing in on the snitch. 99 and catches 20 points to the Grindylows. 4 minutes, 57 seconds left on the clock. Grindylows now in the lead.
Is this the first time the Grindylows are in the lead?
It looks like it. If I remember correctly, the Grindylows were trailing behind all last match, but it looks as if they are keeping that defensive line as we said they needed, and now bringing it home via Seeker. It looks like it might be a Seeker diff game. But meanwhile, Shippo sends it home with a beautiful one-timer from Osiris, bringing this game to a tied game at 4 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. Seekers, Flyrish currently in the lead.
I did notice that Meg did not reserve the hero kick, which means they don't have a hero kick in case they need it.
That is true. Ooh! An Angel knocks out Extreme Butter with a beautiful clonk. Meanwhile, Avenging Angels in possession. Osiris looking for an opening, goes to the right, passes it on to Shippo. Shippo puts it home, 30-20. It looks like they are utilizing that pass and one-timer to really put the goals in. Avenging Angels now in the lead.
But even though they're in the lead with points, it seems like Frank is having a small lead in the snitch.
You are correct. Ooh, but it looks like there was a bump because now it appears as if Flyrish has regained that lead by a small margin.
Twister. Let me correct you there. I seen that Frank has 3 HP. I don't think it was a bump. I think it was a beater hit.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Goodness, this Seeker match is going back and forth. Meter now currently at an even point between the two of them, just shy of 75%. Meanwhile, Osiris takes a pass but misses, passes to himself, whips over to the left, swings from behind, backward shot, and puts it in.
As the Seekers are near the goal of theirs, but it seems they're going away, so the hero kick cannot reach them anymore.
It's true, it's true. Meanwhile, they have just passed the 75% threshold. Will we be seeing another catch by way of Flyrish, or will Frank return with the hit?
Seems like it got either way. Ooh, Frank got hit by the beater. It seems like now it's an opportunity for Flyrish to catch.
Flyrish at 99. Oh! Beautiful catch. 60-20 extends that lead. If the Grindylows want to stay in this, they need to get some points on the board and another snitch catch. There is 2 minutes left in this match. It is possible.
Well, it can go either way. Can Extreme Butter score? He's touching everyone. Not a single person can hit. Ooh, but he got hit by the bludger.
And drops the Quaffle due to it at a very devastating moment. But regains possession.
He got it back. Can he score? He passes the Quaffle. He's gonna set up, and Dynamo scores.
Beautiful shot. 60-30. Half the score of the Avenging Angels. It is possible to bring this back. Currently looks as if... Oh, it looks as if the Grindylows are currently in the lead. Franck maintaining a strong lead against Flourish. Though, will Angel allow Franck to keep that lead? Meanwhile, Osiris in possession. Gets tackled once more. Back in possession of the Angels. They put it home with Shippo 70-30. It's looking like they're going to need another goal, another 2 goals, and a snitch capture to take this lead.
It's gonna be hard, but it is certainly possible. 2 goals in 1 minute. We have seen it in the start of last match. It's definitely possible, but it's gonna be very hard.
It is going to be very hard.
It does look like Franck is in need of the snitch, but 1 bump can change that.
1 bump, 1 beater hit, or a keeper kick, and it looks like Flourish got the bump on there. Ooh, Extreme Butter goes down due to Angel. Angel not paying attention to the Seeker. Is that going to give Franck the lead necessary? No! Flourish puts it in! 90-30. 30 seconds left on the clock. We have the end of match 2 in sight, and I don't think the Grindylows are going to bring this back. 20 seconds left. What a match, Ketchup. What a match.
I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. It looked like Grindylows could go back any minute, but every single time, Angel, right before they could, prevented them from doing so.
Just fantastic. And with that, the match complete. Avenging Angels 90, Gaslighting Grindylows 40. That is the first match of the season complete. Win by way of the Avenging Angels. Fantastic work, Avenging Angels. I am pleasantly surprised by that win. Beautiful.
Just gonna say it was a very intense match.
A very
Both
intense
teams fought
match.
really hard, and it could have gone either way, but this time Avenging Angels took the first win of the season.
What an honor, to be honest. Like, to play in this style of game where you have such fierce competition and to secure that first win, it must feel great by way of the Avenging Angels server tonight. For the Gaslighting Grindylows, fantastic workout on that pitch. I see amazing potential for this new team. To go against the Angels this time around, hard first match, but there's an entire season left to prove yourselves. So well done, Grindylows. Well done, and well done, Angels. Again, well-earned first win of the season. Now, don't go away, everyone. We will be returning in the next approximately 20 minutes to come up with the second match of the season between the Hellfire Hogs and the Team PumkinSnatch. Ooh, Ketchup, will I have the honor of commentating with you for that match as well?
Well, I will try to, but I do have an early day tomorrow, so I don't know for certain if I'm asleep by then.
Well, if you pass out in the next 20 minutes, I will be sure to take over in your stead, but otherwise, I'm always happy to have you in this commentator booth with me today. It is fantastic to be back in League 7, fantastic to be a part of the beginning of a season rather than just the newts. I am looking forward to many more fantastic games, and I'm looking forward to many more fantastic days spent commentating here with you. In the meantime, everyone, we're going to take a brief reprieve to allow ourselves a chance to get everything set up and squared. If you haven't already, be sure to join us over at the League 7 Discord, which you can find on our official website at league7.gg or league7qc.gg. I think it's league7.gg. In any case, give us a look up, join our server, become a part of this illustrious league today. And if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe on all of our platforms. We have us here over on Twitch, of course, but we also have our YouTube being set up where we are finally getting some of our VODs back up. I think we got most of the VODs from the end of the NEWTs for Season 4, History of Magic, an absolutely historical season. And now, moving into Season 5, we are in for a slightly different league than before. We are now, if I'm not mistaken, the Order of the Phoenix for this season, with many interesting challenges that you can find if you join our server. So yes, don't go away. We will be right back shortly. And welcome back, everyone. If you are just joining us, we wrapped up the first game of the season between the Avenging Angles and the gaslighting Grindylows. Avenging Angles taking home the series win for the first match of the season, and we are just about to move into the second matchup between the Hellfire Hogs and Team PumkinSnatch. I am joined once again by our lovely beater, Ketchup. Welcome back, Ketchup. Glad to have you back in the booth. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling incredible. I am gonna comment on the fact that you call me a lovely beater, because everyone else who I go against don't call me a lovely beater, so just, you can call me beater in general.
No modifier necessary. I would even argue, Ketchup, that you are the beater of League 7. Everyone fears you. Everyone loves to have you on their team. I'd say that there are very few beaters who can match up against you. And if you're listening in and have an opinion otherwise, be sure to prove it on the pitch this season, our dear audience. But yes.
That's correct. I will also be participating in a team this season, which of course is no surprise to anyone.
Which
but
team?
It is still fun. Well, it is of course the Bludgers, led by Tuonella.
That's right. I completely forgot about the new team, the Bludgers. A fun, simple name. And it sounds as if it is manned by mostly beaters. Would I be mistaken in saying that?
Well, sort of. We got Gym Tones, of course.
Beater.
PKS.
Beater.
And me, Ketchup.
Beater. Yeah.
Those are the 3 beaters we got, but I heard that Gym Tones really wanted to try out Chaser, so he's gonna probably be one of our main chasers.
Gym Tones chasing, Flyrish seeking. My goodness, everyone's throwing a wrench in the normal now. I love to see it. As it stands, we've always been able to appreciate any team member who goes out there and manages to actually demonstrate their versatility on the pitch. It's one thing to excel in one role. It's another to excel in all roles. And it looks as if we have our second HUD up, currently just waiting on the teams to load themselves on N.
I'm gonna comment on this Switchcraft. I'm getting pinged by multiple people saying that Tuo is now officially the Bludgers captain, because we said that Tuo was the captain.
Aha, all right. Bludger's official captain, you heard it here first. Tuonella. Well done, Tuonella. Congratulations on the promotion. Congratulations.
We will see in League 7 the captain transfer within a week, and I hope you're prepared for all the stress that comes with being a captain.
I mean, there's a lot of stress, but a lot of reward when you're able to bring home the cup at the end of Newts as the team captain. From what I've been told, there's nothing quite like it. So, well done, Tuonella. I believe in you. I believe in your capacity to not only lead your team to victory, but to lead yourself to self-fulfillment. We're looking out for you.
But I know we're talking a lot about Tuonella now, but it seems that the people are now setting up the game.
It does indeed. It looks like the Hellfire Hogs have got their ensemble together, and it looks as if Team PumkinSnatch is waiting to load on N. They've already set up their custom 6v6. Do we have any particular information as to what we'll be looking at outside of our team roster? Now, I will go ahead and point out, whilst we're taking a look into that, it looks as if the Hellfire Hogs have operated primarily on a similar roster from what they had last season. There are some new additions. I do see Melanor, a previous Hagrid now on the team, which may explain why the Hellfire Hogs have a Hagrid mask on their side of things. And at the same time, it looks as if there are a few additions to PKS that changed out. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like Unknown Key has now joined the Team PumkinSnatch along with Lego. Swapping.
I also think Teddy is new.
You're right. Teddy was, oh goodness. Teddy was a hog last year? Or last season, if I'm not mistaken?
I don't think he was a hog, but I don't know for certain. I think Lego used to be from Dumbledore's army.
Correct. In any case, the teams have loaded in everyone. We are about to be moving on to the first matchup between Team PKS and the Hellfire Hogs. What are you thinking, Ketchup? What do you expect?
I expect that it can go either way. The Hellfire Hogs do have a few upgrades in their setup, but Team PumkinSnatch is a very, very scary team to go up against.
Very scary indeed, especially with Tux on beater. Currently, Tux taking out Tama in the first 30 seconds of the match.
I see a bloody hell from PumkinSnatch. I don't know if something was wrong, but they continue playing, so I presume everything is fine. And Beastman already 2 times stopping a goal from happening. That's a Beastman for us, a very good keeper indeed.
Beastman having competed in the Triwizard tournament earlier, showcasing their Seeker skills, now happy to be back on Keeper side of things and showcasing superb skill. Meanwhile, Tux is out there, decimating the competition, hitting them upside the head. Looks as if, Tux even taking down Mooney, the captain of the Hogs. Ensuring...
It also seems that this current Seeker battle seems very in favor of Team PumkinSnatch.
It is true. It is true. Team PumkinSnatch with their Seeker of Neo currently enjoying a 60% lead versus the just 50% of the Hogs. Meanwhile, Unknown Key puts it in with another 10 points on the board, bringing that score 0-20 by way of Team PumkinSnatch with 5 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock.
I don't want to say much, but it does seem that the beater of Hellfire Hogs does seem to be AFK.
Ooh, that...
I don't know if something happened to them.
Well, Mooney looks to be still in the game, even if AFK. Meanwhile, it looks as if Shucks was lining up for a shot, but they had been intercepted. We're getting some bloody hells. Oh, looks like there's a bloody hell.
And they're leaving.
And, unfortunate. It looks as if they are backing out.
It did happen before the first snitch and only 20 points in, so it should be a valid back out.
I do believe so. I think what you were saying earlier about Mooney having gotten disconnected, or at least AFK, probably was affecting them. Currently taking a look in the official server, seeing if we can get any idea as to what we are looking at.
I also see in chat Angel thanking everyone who supported the Angels.
Always love to see the wholesome chat from Angel and their team. Been absolutely fantastic having them last season and into this one. Looks like Cardi is saying bloody hell while down 50. Sure, Jet. Now
well,
Cardi.
They started bloody helling when they were only down 20, so it should still be a valid bloody hell.
We shall see how it all pans out. Currently just awaiting official ruling and determining where we go from here. But yes, taking a quick look as to how the match was progressing in the beginning, it does look like Team PumkinSnatch is maintaining their superior force behind the Quaffle game in this season. We saw how far they came, even progressing into NEWTs last season, but now it looks as if we are about to be getting another powerful play by way of Team PumkinSnatch. It looks like we're going to be swapping it on up visually for Team Hellfire Hogs, moving instead from Shucks over to Beesman.
Is green on the board, but not on the League 7 champion side? Let me check real quick. Hellfire Hog. Yes. That's right. Green does not seem to be on the Hellfire Hogs.
I might have an outdated list, my friends. I did try to update everything appropriately, but I guess I missed something. Allow me to go on in and get that updated appropriately. Boop, boop, and should pop up now.
Right. Does green even have a team then? Let me check real quick. Because green is a very good seeker. Green.
If I'm not mistaken, Green-Black might not actually be participating in this season, or at least hasn't signed on with the team as of yet. I do remember that when I was going through rosters earlier, that there was that I didn't see Green-Black when I was pulling MMR from the current season. Let's see. Within ruling when
Seems
called...
like we have a green-black mystery on our hands.
Maybe, well, I must say, Green-Black may be taking time to step back, reassess, wait for everything to settle out on their side of things outside of game. I will say I've known a few players to come in and out of the game here and there. If I'm not mistaken... Oh, goodness. Hadn't you taken a break from Season 1 and returned in Season 2, if I'm not mistaken, yes?
Me? I only returned in Season 4.
Season 4, okay. That might be what I'm thinking. But yeah.
I had quite a big break. I never guessed, but Green-Black is the person who brought me back.
That is actually inspiring. I love hearing that.
Also seems like they're going back into a game again. I have no idea what the ruling is, but as long as we can enjoy a good game, everything will be alright.
I agree. I absolutely adore being able to watch another match of Quidditch, and it looks as if we are about to move into said match here today. Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, esteemed members of chat, we are about to witness the run back of match 1 for the Hellfire Hogs versus Team PumkinSnatch.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we can call this a run back, but because it seems like Hellfire Hogs have switched players.
That is true, that is true. It looks as if they have swapped out Mooney, probably due to the disconnection issue. So hopefully that means we won't be experiencing any further disconnects today. But meanwhile...
He is not the only one. I also see that Shucks is gone.
Shucks has swapped on out. That is true. Maybe there was an issue with connection between the two. If I'm not mistaken, both of them are either European or international players, and that could be experiencing some ping issues here on NA servers. Meanwhile...
I got a question from Angel. Are they allowed to switch players on a run back?
As far as I'm aware, it is allowed, especially if it has connectivity issues. However, that should be detailed in the official LEAGUE7 website. I do not know what the current ruling is for Season 5 as of yet, but I know in previous seasons they have allowed people to swap in and out if they were experiencing disconnect issues.
It's be very likely that even Shucks was experiencing disconnective issues, so we will see what's going to happen still.
We will see, and it is currently 5 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock and not a goal yet, and just as I say it, commentator's curse, Teddy Ready puts it home for Team PumkinSnatch, 10-0, 5 minutes 20 seconds left, and it looks as if Neo is enjoying a strong lead on the snitch at approximately the 90%,
but
encroaching
he does
sooner.
Have a hero kick. Neo needs to watch out for that, or he's going to get hit,
And he
got
gets hit! Oof. Swapping over to the beater perspective to take a look at this, Tux currently beelining it on Tama. Tama trying to catch back up. Meanwhile, Neo is still dancing around the 90%. Gets hit again by Beesman. This is looking like it's neck and neck. It's one hit down for Neo, but Neo could capture the snitch right here. Sends out the bludger. Neo captures. That is 20 additional points put on the board for Team PumkinSnatch, ensuring them the 30-point lead at 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Wow.
Well, this game surely is closer than the other game.
That is
Maybe
true.
it was because of the fact that the beater was not really there.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly, Ketchup. It's more than likely with the connectivity issues that it was hindering their full performance, and now they're bringing it home. As we can see, they have been doing well, Beesman especially, at keeping the chasers out of their goal, but Cardi slips. Commentator's curse. Cardi slips past Beesman with a far shot on the right hoop, securing another 10 points. 0-40, Team PumkinSnatch still in the lead. Ooh. And it looks as if Beesman, trying to get out there with that hero kick, went down. Currently, appears as if the quaffle is up in the air, but Cardi regains possession, streaking back on down, setting up against Beesman. Beesman takes the quaffle out of Cardi's hands, sends it down midfield over to Sitting Duck. Sitting Duck streaking, trying to find an opening on the left-hand side. Will they get past PumkinSnatch? Or will they lose possession here? Takes a shot, sends it on over, and looks as if Sitting Duck puts it home. First goal for the Hellfire Hogs. 3 minutes, 15 seconds in. 10-40. Currently, Team PumkinSnatch still in the lead, with Neo still enjoying a slight margin difference over Tama on that snitch race.
But we have seen it before. A slight margin is not enough to be comfortable.
It's true.
It can go either way. One bump will change the Seeker game.
One bump will change it all. And it looks as if currently Team PumkinSnatch is struggling with keeping that quaffle out of their side of the pitch, as Shinobi picks the quaffle back up and is racing down, but PumkinSnatch saves with another beautiful dive, getting that quaffle, sending it back out to unknown key. Meanwhile, Alpha Tux is head on this Seeker battle, looking to get as many hits over on Tama as possible to allow Neo that wide lead. And it looks like Tama is struggling to keep away from Tux. Meanwhile, Neo closing in on the snitch, looking past the 95% meter, getting closer, getting closer. 2 minutes left on the clock. Will he get it here? And he does. 60-10. Team PumkinSnatch in the lead with only 2 minutes left. What do you think? Is there going to be enough time for a third snitch there, Ketchup?
Well, of course there's going to be time for a third snitch. Sorry. I'm not that fluent in English. But there is enough time for a third snitch. Playing Q6 almost every single day. I know exactly that there still is enough time for a third snitch. Around 1.5 minutes, I wouldn't be so certain. But 2 minutes is more than enough.
It's more than enough.
Just needs to get those crucial bumps, and if they are able to get those, they are easily able to get the snitch.
That is true, but Beesman's going to have to keep Team PumkinSnatch out of their goals. Otherwise, it's going to shut this game down, and like that, another 10 points by Teddy Reddy. Beautiful chasing there. Coordination between Team PumkinSnatch's chasers is unmatched, securing 70-20. 1 minute left on the clock, and it currently looks as if Tama is just behind the game when it comes down to that Seeker. Neo showing that dominant powerhouse play along with Alpha Tux, keeping up that Seeker interference.
Well, it's certainly going to be hard for the Hogs, and almost impossible, but if Sitting Duck can go and bring that quaffle down to the other side and score, it can certainly swing the game in some way.
That's true,
and
that's true.
Just get a nice kick on Neo, just one more hit and Neo is down.
Looks like Beesman is very good when it comes down to the Seeker interference, just as much as Tux has been over on PKS. But looks as if Beesman is weaving around. Cardi taking another low shot, sends it home, 20-80. And it looks as if the Seeker game has come to a close. Neo shutting the game down, 100-20 with 13 seconds left on the clock. That is game. What a match.
I don't want to say too much, but it seems like Tama is getting used to Tux's beating. If this keeps up, maybe the Switch game will swing in the favor of the Hogs.
That's true, that's true. Presuming we are moving into a second match. instead of the previous one being held. I do believe we can see a comeback by way of the Hogs so long as they get their bearings with the beater game. When it came down to the Chaser Core, Cardi was sneaking in those goals. Teddy was sneaking in those goals with some wide shots. But at the same time, I do have faith when it comes down to Beesman to showcase that dominant keeper potential that we've seen in the past. Fantastic plays from both teams, but PKS came out on top for the first match of their Season 5 between the Hellfire Hogs and Team PKS. Wow.
Also, do I see that Shucks is back in? Seems like they're switching again.
Looks like it's a potential. We do have Shucks' perspective up on our screen. Where they decide to designate themselves will depend entirely on how they align themselves. Now, having seen between Shucks and Mooney having connection difficulties in the match before this one, it is a bit of a gamble. Will they be experiencing the same issues as before, or has all of that been resolved now, potentially with a client change? Who knows? Who knows? But
I have no clue, but I do know that if Shucks has good connectivity, he can be a very strong chaser on the field.
It's true. It's true. Now, whether or not Team PumkinSnatch goes into this next match, keeping the same roster as before, seeing how well it worked out, or changing things up, may throw a wrench into the tactical change over by way of the Hellfire Hogs. Who knows?
And do I see that there is another switch on the Hog side? Lady Catastic. Well, I have...
What a fantastic
do you know who
name.
that is?
Lady Catastic, if I'm not mistaken, had been a part of, oh gosh, one of the Newts teams last year. I'm not sure if they are a holdover from the Hellfire Hogs, or if they happen to have been a Nighthawk or Hagrid. But, oh, it looks like they are swapping players in and out. They might be...
Snowbird is back.
They might be trying to keep some tactical advantages and keeping the other team on their toes. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun matchup, but they are certainly showcasing that they are entering into this next match with a different strategy altogether. I'm interested to see where this all goes. And what do you think the Hellfire Hogs are going to need to do in order to take advantage of this next match and best Team PumkinSnatch?
I think that the Hellfire Hogs, to win, they should play far more defensively. They have a great chaser core, but it's not the greatest chaser core at offense. I think their chaser core has a great edge at play defensive.
I'd have to agree. I'm also getting in from Oof that Crafty Cat was part of the Horcrux Hunters last season. Thank you so much, Oof. And I do agree, if they can play more within the defensive line, I think we can see them bring this comeback. But it looks very much as if they are keeping in line with their previous setup over by way of Team PumkinSnatch. Meanwhile, Tama is back on Seeking, and it looks like on a clean sweep? Interesting.
Tama on a clean sweep?
I know. Knowing Tama to have almost always been a Nimbus lover, seeing them on anything else is interesting, to say the least. Meanwhile...
I don't usually see a lot of clean sweep enthusiasts, so this is a first.
I mean, clean sweeps do have their advantages at some points. But meanwhile, it looks as if that might be giving them a slight advantage in this next matchup, because currently, Neo is only enjoying what looks to be a 5% lead over Tama. Meanwhile, it looks as if Shucks is in possession of the Quaffle, passes it on over to Shinobi, but it gets intercepted. Teddy Ready taking the shot, but Beesman saves yet again, sending it on down to Shucks. Shucks in possession, coming in from the right, swings over to the left. Oh, but is tackled. Beautiful steal there from Cardi.
Right now, but maybe Tama could have also run the blue bottle. You never know.
It might be a blue bottle, considering that would allow them. Well, I will say a blue bottle, not the fastest broomstick, but if I'm not mistaken, it is fairly strong against attacks.
Well, it seems like Tama could have used the blue bottle right now because I just saw them go down to Tux.
Oh, unfortunate. That's going to secure Neo a strong lead. And unless Lady Catasta can come in here and really equalize against Neo, then it's looking like the first snitch might go by way of Team PumkinSnatch. But meanwhile, the Chaser core seems to be relatively even, as we are at almost 2 minutes in and only 10 points put on the board. Team PumkinSnatch still in the lead, looking for that second goal, but Beesman gets the quaffle, sends it back on out to Shinobi. Shinobi passes it on over to Shucks. Shucks with an open goal if he can get past. Does, squeaks past, puts it in, 10-10 at 4 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. A beautiful shot by Shucks, securing their first goal of the match. But meanwhile, Neo says, no, you may have gotten the quaffle, but I have got the snitch, securing 20 points for Team PumkinSnatch. 4 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. Beautiful gameplay.
Well, they're in the lead by 20 points, but that is not enough to feel secure.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If the Hellfire Hogs can just get one more goal and a snitch capture, then they take the lead. Now, it may be a tall order. Going against Alpha Tux, a known beast on the pitch, is no easy order for any player, let alone Seekers. As you can see, Alpha Tux taking out Shinobi to reduce that chaser line, giving Team PumkinSnatch a greater advantage by way of scoring. And yet, Beesman out here showcasing their ability to just summon the quaffle into their palm over and over again, puts it back out onto the field. Meanwhile, Shucks gathers the quaffle, swings past the defensive line, sends it on back, but PumkinSnatch regains, sends it out, and now we see Cardi currently streaking on down. Otherwise, Neo still enjoying a 50% on that snitch meter, getting closer and closer to the snitch. Will Hellfire Hogs be able to regain this momentum and really shut down Team PumkinSnatch, or is the offensive line of Team PumkinSnatch just so formidable? Ooh!
And Tama goes down again, which is sad because I do notice that Tama went for a defensive build. I saw Tama deflect one of Tux's bludgers back at him, which means they're going far more for a defensive play on Seeker.
But I don't know.
Trying to prevent third snitch catch.
That's true, but I don't know if defense is what they really need by way of Seeker. They need to accrue that meter fast and get past them. Meanwhile, it looks like...
I just saw Tux checks Tama's build. Tama is running 6-4-0.
Oh.
Not being able to bump.
Oh, going in for the manual bumps is a bold order, and I can respect it being a manual bump myself, but at the same time, I don't know if this is the kind of matchup you want with a manual bump. Meanwhile, Teddy puts in another goal. Looks like the momentum by way of Hellfire Hogs has been lost with the snitch at a lead for Neo. Neo captures it. 2 minutes left. And 70-10. That is a 60-point difference between the teams. It is...
I don't want to say a lot, but it's looking very rough for the Hawks right now. And Tama immediately went down.
That is not what
like
you want to see.
The defensive build is not working out really well.
It isn't. It isn't. Tama really needs to be able to get past that defensive line and be more evasive than just defensive. But it is a tall order against Team PumkinSnatch. I say that knowing full well just how difficult it can be going up against Tux alone. But when you're going against Tux, PumkinSnatch, Cardi, Teddy, all of that...
Tama is down again.
Oh.
Tux got a platinum Seeker kill medal.
Tux
is not a good sign for the Hogs.
It's not. That snitch meter is at 0 for the Hogs. Meanwhile, it looks as if Neo is getting just past the 50% threshold. We are 1 minute, 10 seconds left in this match. Cardi currently in possession, looking to extend that lead even farther. May even set this in for a bounce shot, but Beesman says no. You may have gotten a few goals on me, but you are not getting a trick shot. Shucks passing it on back to Shinobi. Currently looking for an opening. What do you think, Ketchup? What are we looking at here?
It seems like Team PumkinSnatch almost really has this in the bag. But if Team Hogs can get a few goals just to prove that they can do it, it's gonna be great. And Shucks with the goal.
Beautiful shot.
30 seconds left.
Still 30 seconds left. Meanwhile, Neo looks like he's at top of that snitch. If he doesn't get downed here, he is going to secure it in 3, 2, 1. There it is. 90 to 20, 20 seconds left on the clock. This looks like a safe bet. Team PumkinSnatch has secured 2 games today, securing their first win of Season 5. And 5 seconds left on the clock. 5, 4, 3,
2,
1.
1. And that's the game. I don't want to say much, but I am going to say that Beastman was in top form today, catching so many quaffles.
It's true. Beastman was formidable as the keeper today. Teddy Ready and Cardi just having to put forth all of their effort to get past Beastman. As I said earlier, there may have been a few shots where Beastman had gotten a little overwhelmed with the Chaser Core, but Beastman has always been a powerhouse keeper. And not to detract from PumkinSnatch, PumkinSnatch also managed to get some beautiful saves there, especially against Shucks and Shinobi, a duo if I've ever seen one when it comes down to Chaser play. But today, Chaser game simply went by way of Team PumkinSnatch, and I must say, the Seeker game as well. However, the Hellfire Hogs have always shown their potential to bring this back. They've done so in the past, they can do it again. They might just be lulling us into a false sense of security at the beginning of the beginning of the season, saying, yeah, we're just warming up. But fantastic gameplay from both teams. Well done, Team PumkinSnatch. Congratulations on your victory, and well done, Hellfire Hogs. Glad to see you both back in this running for a Season 5. Now, at the present, those are the 2 matches that we have designated today, and we are still waiting for the other teams to get themselves scheduled on up. So we aren't certain as to when the next match will be. But if you want to keep up to date with that, be sure to join our LEAGUE7 server, from which you can join us from our official LEAGUE7 website. Once you're there, be sure to take a look about the place, maybe look into these teams, root on your favorite teammates, or even potentially participate in our Season 5. Rosters may have currently closed up on most players, but there is always the potential for someone to be looking for a substitute or even a change down the line. So yes, be sure to join us over on our server. Be sure to like and subscribe to us, as well as give out any kind of, oh goodness, why am I blanking on it?
I see that Angel said a new player rule has passed. Angel, could you please explain what the new player rule is? Because I don't know.
So always
There's
a spot.
always a spot for a new player on a team. That's interesting.
I like that. Okay. We like hearing that. Allows people to get in and out of the matches as they want. I enjoy being able to see it. So teams have a max of 10 people, but an extra spot for someone new to L7, introducing new players into gameplay. Love to see this community come together. I will say, I'm interested to see even more new faces in and out of these rosters as we go along. Hopefully, we can see many more exciting matches as we have witnessed today. This is a fantastic start to the season. And I gotta say, Ketchup, I'm so glad that I was able to have you here today with me in the commentator booth, being able to produce these first matches of Season 5. How are you feeling after it all today?
Oh, it was great commentating for the first time today, and I'm so happy that I can be here in future matches. And I'm so intrigued where this is gonna go, because it can go anywhere. Seeing the current teams in the current season, I have no idea who can win it all.
I think it's up in the air. As it said, it's too soon to tell right now. We currently still have many more matches before we even reach the end of our OWLs. So there is plenty of time for there to be team upsets and lots of fun inter-player beef to occur. You know, as we get to these headline teams, as we get to a lot of these established teams, they're going to be trying to prove themselves. But even more so, the newer teams, such as the Bludgers and the gaslighting Grindylows, both of them have names to make for themselves. Sure, you have many established players in them, but these teams are new. These teams have to make their history, etch themselves into the annals of League 7. But yes,
Can go either way this season, and I hope we're gonna have a great season, and I hope all the beef that we're gonna get is only friendly beef and friendly banter that is gonna get resolved in the end of the season nudes finale.
well said, Ketchup, well said. But yes, everyone, that's going to be it for us on our side of things. We're going to be wrapping this on up. Remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to us. Join us over on our League 7 Discord, as well as follow us over on our YouTube, where we are finally uploading most of our VODs that we still have available. We want to be able to put League 7 on the map for newer players to come join us and be a part of this absolutely spectacular league. So once more, thank you, audience, for joining us today. My name is Virtual Witchcraft, signing off.